Hello, my little munchkins. Welcome to London again, the sunniest of all places. I'm proud to give you a little overview of my experience with what you call a Basti, which is an oil enema. And the way it works is you would insert oil inside your rectum instead of water in order to achieve various different enema related results. Well, what happened was I never had an oil enema before in my whole life, and I was extremely curious about it. I read so many reviews and so many different write-ups on the Basti and the oil, so-called oil enema, and I decided to try it. So what I did was I went ahead and used my oil and my enema set just I just wanted to show you my enema set. So I went ahead and used my enema set for this purpose. I filled it up with oil all the way to the top, and I proceeded to insert it into my rectum. Well, what happened was it didn't go so well, and let me tell you why. Basically, I did a few things wrong. Because I've only had water enemas my whole adult life, that I completely was not experienced and not prepared for the oil enema. Now, the oil enema is so different than the water enema that I can't even describe to you what kinds of effects you can expect from it. You can expect the craziest things to happen to you. And one of the most bizarre of them is for the oil to come out of you without you knowing. Yeah, I know, it's crazy, it's weird. So you're supposed to use it actually at night before you go to bed, and you're supposed to insert a very small amount, like with a bulb, and you know those bulbs where you squeeze it and it's got a little insertion tip and you squeeze it into your rectum. Well, I didn't have that. I still don't have that. I'm gonna get that and I'm gonna try it that way, but I just used my enema. And basically what that did was it pretty much ruined my enema because now I can't really use it for the water enema, for another kind of enema. So you can still use your favorite enema, but you have to use a separate one. Otherwise, the oil is going to make it very yucky. And then you'd have to wash it, completely wash everything in order for it to go back to normal. So either you're gonna dedicate the enema for only an oil Basti, or you can't switch back and forth. Do you know what I mean? Either you're gonna use it only for water or only for oil. You can't use both. And so I did. I used both in one enema, and that pretty much, I had to say goodbye to my enema because now I can't go back to using water with it. I have to buy a different new one. Anyway, but that's not the worst. Now let me tell you what happened. The worst part of that was that I did it in the morning. I did it at 9 o'clock in the morning. So I inserted a full 1 liter of oil in my rectum. You would say, well, Ceci, why would you do that? It's because this is the Ayurvedic way. So you're supposed to use oil, especially if you have any kind of pain in your joints, bones, you know, back, anything. And it's supposed to also repair your organs. But you're only supposed to use a little bit, and you're supposed to use it while you sleep, not in the morning. I used it in the morning. And why? Because I thought it was going to work just like a normal enema would. It would take all the yucky stuff out of me. Well, it did not. It didn't do anything of that sort. Nothing came out of me. And what happened was I had to then redo my water enema. I had to do my water enema after the oil was already in me and wouldn't come out. And so then I did a normal water enema, and the water came out with all the yucky stuff. But I thought the oil also came out, but it didn't. Because at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, when I went for a walk to the Thames River to feed the ducks with some yummy goodness, well, that oil started to come out of me. And it came out of me like in a really, really weird way. I've never experienced anything like this before, let me tell you. It was, first of all, it was a very weird color. The color of it was like, I don't know what to show. Yeah, I'll show you. This is what the color of it looked like. It was green. So the oil went in looking this color, like normal yellow, like this lamp, and it came out this green color. Well, then what happened was it just kept coming out of me and coming out of me and coming out of me. You feel like, I've read about this, you're supposed to use it at night, and you're supposed to use a very small amount, and you only do it before bedtime, and then you have to put a big towel on the bed in case accidents happen. Well, I wasn't aware that it would start coming out of me at some point, and that I wouldn't feel it, and that you kind of feel like you want to pass gas, but instead of gas, oil comes out, and the oil, like I said, is green in color. And then oh my gosh, it smelled like nothing I've ever smelled before. It was the worst. It was so terrible. And what happened was, for the next 2 hours, oil would come out of me. So I had to buy a big package of napkins. I had to constantly reapply napkins in my panties in order to contain this outpour of oil every like 10-15 minutes. By the time night came about, the oil stopped coming out of me, so it finished. But by then I had used up probably 10 pairs of underwear and about 3 packages of napkins, and it was a disaster. It was so disastrous, let me tell you. I'm never gonna do that again during the day. But one good thing about it that I noticed was that I started to feel lighter afterwards. Like my body started to have like more light movements, and it just was it felt more flexible, you know, more limber, you could say. I'm flexible and limber to begin with anyway, without the oil, but after this oil entered me, and then it came out in the evening, entered me in the morning, came out in the evening, so it stayed in me all day. So that's like 8 hours of being inside me, which is about the same time that it would stay inside you if you're in the bed. So that's why I recommend you do that at night in bed before bedtime, and you warm up the oil so that when it goes inside you, it will have an opportunity to work inside your intestines and your tissues and everything, and it will dissolve whatever needs to be dissolved. So that's what happened, but during the daytime. And needless to say, I'm probably not going to do it again during the day. I'm going to try it again at night with an herbal mixture inside my Basti, and I will use the bulb this time. And but like I said, it did make me feel good. It did, like anytime I would bend down to pick up something from the ground, I no longer feel any kind of tension or anything. I just feel really light and just like very bouncy and light. So that's my experience with the oil Basti. I hope you found that helpful. If you have any questions, I know it's a taboo topic to talk about enemas and things like that, but still, if you find it in you that you want to ask a question, be sure to post it below. Also subscribe to my channel. This will give you automatic notifications when a new video comes out. And my name is Cetsy, as you already well know. And I'll see you again next week for more educational videos, interesting topics. And I hope to see you as a subscriber. So from sunny London, bye for now.